Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about everything you're going to want to pick up this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. This is honestly a really weird week. We got a huge amount of 40% discounts, but I looked through all of them, and to be honest, most of them are pretty pointless. We have one aircraft that is 50% off, and that is the P996 Laser. But the Laser is a waste of money. Even half off, it is still a complete waste of money. I mean, if we go to Warstock right now and we sort by price, the Laser will be the most expensive purchase at 6.5 million. So even half off, it's still 3.2 million. And at that point, why would you buy it? I mean, you can literally just get your hands on something like a Hydra for the same $3 million price tag, yet the Hydra has a hover mode and the Laser doesn't. So I would never ever recommend to waste your money on purchases like that. But we do have some very, very good purchases and bonuses that I thought we should talk about. First of all, we have two vehicles in front of me. We have the Drift Yosemite, and we have the Karen Boar. And the reason these two vehicles are important is because you can get both of them for absolutely free, claiming them in your salvage yard. Yes, the salvage yard is finally having another claimable week. It's been like 3 months since the last one, but yeah, finally Rockstar has realized, maybe we should give some love to the salvage yard. Now, each of these vehicles are worth about 1.2 million, so in total you got about 2.5-ish million in vehicles that you're able to claim in 40 minutes of work. I mean, that's a dub. That's a hella big dub, especially because these are two very unique vehicles that most people probably weren't going to go out and buy anyway. So yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Not only that, but the salvage yard is also earning double money on tow truck missions. For any of you that are unaware, tow truck missions are one of the best ways to earn money in the game. They take 5 minutes, and when vehicles get salvaged, they earn $70,000 with double money, plus $24,000 of passive income every 48 minutes. So basically, you can be making over $2 million every hour put in to the salvage yard, which is crazy good, and it definitely makes it one of the most important purchases in the game. Not only that, but the salvage yard is also 30% off this week, which is obviously really, really good, and definitely something you're going to want to take advantage of. I don't know if all the upgrades are on sale, but just getting your hands on the salvage yard alone and getting a tow truck is 100% worth it. You definitely should do that. The salvage yard is not the only business that is discounted this week. Next, we have the Nightclub, and the Nightclub is one of the best properties in the game. Now, I don't think any of the upgrades are on sale, but that still doesn't really matter. If you are a new player and you're trying to make a boatload of income, you need to get your hands on the Nightclub. And the reason why is because even without any of the warehouse technicians, you can still earn $50,000 every 48 minutes by simply keeping your popularity up. And there's two very easy ways to raise your popularity. You can either wait for Marcel to message you on the phone and say, "Hey boss, we need you to kick somebody out." Or you can make your way into the basement level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. We can see here I've got all the basement levels. And if I go to any one of these levels, I can then swap out DJs for $10,000, which will raise my nightclub popularity by 10%. It's super easy, and as I said, it will literally earn you $50,000 every 48 minutes. So we can see here, I've got the nightclub computer in front of me. So we hop onto the computer, I go to Resident DJ, and if I put on the Black Madonna, you'll see that my popularity right now is 0. So I've done this 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, that's 5. So if we back off, and then we go back on the nightclub page here, we should be 50%. And there you go, 50% on that bar. So it's a really, really easy way to get some extra bonus income with the nightclub. Something else that is great about this property, especially if you are a beginner and you don't own it yet, is the fact that you can have weaponized vehicles inside of your nightclub at level 1. For example, in front of me, we have the Vapid Speedo Custom, which is one of the best beginner weaponized vans in the game, or just really in general. First of all, every single weapon, the proximity mines, the minigun on the roof, and the armor, all of that you can get as a level 1. And that is kind of huge, right? This thing has a remote minigun, just like the weaponized Tampa, does the same damage as the weaponized Tampa, and will blow up any car within, 3 seconds of shooting. Not only that, it has semi-bulletproof glass over the entire front, so even if people get through this armor paneling, as you can see, all of the glass is semi-bulletproof, and the armor paneling actually... I don't know why that girl ran in front of me, but either way, the armor paneling actually counts as armor. As you'll notice, it's not damaging the glass behind it, which only gets damaged if I'm actually shooting it directly. The side panels are semi-bulletproof as well, and the rear and sides are obviously no windows, so you really can't do anything to counter that. When you pair the fact that it also has proximity mines, for example, we can see there's a fire truck here. If I place a proximity mine, that fire truck's going to drive over it, and there you go. I mean, yeah, the Nightclub is just so good, and if you're a beginner, you definitely want to get your hands on one. Personally, I would recommend to go for the LSIA Nightclub, which is right over here. It's a really good location. You can fast travel to it, and it's super cheap at 30% off, less than $700,000. So that would be my recommendation. Another business I would highly recommend to buy if you don't already have is the bunker. And even if you do own a bunker, bro, if you own the bunker that's all the way at the other side of the map, you need to get rid of it. It is simply awful. The amount of time it takes to drive from the top of the map all the way down to the bottom is such a waste. Right now, bunkers are 30% off. If you own the absolutely god-awful Paleto Bay bunker, get a better one. It doesn't even have to be an expensive one. Just get one that's closer to the city so that you can complete these sail missions faster. With that being said, the bunker is itself an amazing way to earn money, and it has some very important unlocks, right? Let's start off with those unlocks. In the research tab, all of these things you're seeing here can only be accessed through the bunker. It's kind of annoying, but well, it's the only way to get to them, and I've been slowly researching them on my Broke to Billions account. The most important, I would say, out of every single thing here is the explosive rounds, specifically able to be mounted on the Explosive Sniper Mark II and the Pump Shotgun. Now, I don't really care about the Pump Shotgun, but I do care about the Explosive Sniper. The ability to take jets out of the sky is insane. Don't get me wrong, the Railgun's really nice, and it is still my #1 go-to, but the railgun cannot hit things at a distance because the railgun doesn't have a scope, and it is a little bit delayed on its trajectory. The explosive rounds on the sniper just go bam, instantly wherever you shoot. And if you're a good shot, you can take jets out easily. You don't even really have to be a good shot. Just a couple shots on a jet and it starts smoking, and a minute later, it's going to the ground. And that's why explosive rounds are so important. You also have a bunch of weapon upgrades and vehicle upgrades, as we can see here. In general, bunker research is one of the most important things to do, especially if you haven't already done it. And then when you actually come to the money-making side, you can purchase supplies for $75,000, and you will slowly fill up your stock level up to $1 million. If you sell in a public lobby, you can make $1.5 million on a sale mission, which is actually an insane amount. And it's one of the things I do really like about the bunker is, unlike other passive businesses, it does hold a lot of money. It's also one of the best earning passive businesses in the game. The bunker earns over $110,000 every hour, which a lot of people don't know. I've actually made a whole video breaking into the math. If you don't believe me, it's a really good passive earner. And then there's one final thing that's also really nice about the bunker, and that is the excess weapons parts delivery. Every 48 minutes, you will see a little blue ammo icon inside of your bunker, and if you simply hop over to the vehicle, press right on the D-pad, you have to drive 2 to 3 miles, and you can make $50,000 for doing this. It's great, especially if you're a beginner, because it takes literally no time at all. There's one other business that is 30% off this week, and it's the Coke Lockup. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really like motorcycle club sale missions. In fact, I think they suck, and I think you'd have to be a madman to enjoy the motorcycle club sale missions. However, purchasing the Coke Lockup is still really important for a couple reasons. You'll notice that in my account, if I turn my chair here, I have a little bit of products. The business is technically still running, even though there's no people here. You'll notice that the lights are on, and if I were to purchase products, there would be people working. The reason I haven't upgraded this property or put any effort into it is because I simply have it active so that my nightclub earns money. And with the nightclub and Coke Lock being on sale, it basically means you can get a huge amount of passive income by purchasing this property. You don't need any of the upgrades. It doesn't affect your nightclub income. Buy a Coke Lockup, 30% off. Cheapest one is like $700,000, $600,000, and then just let it rot. That's what I do, and it works great. And plus, if you own the new car wash, the Coke Lockup also gives you passive income for that property. So you have two different businesses that are now going to give you two separate handfuls of passive income, which is really nice. Either way, hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll be real, this update, not great. There's really not that much, but, I mean, you still have some good business discounts at least, and you got 2 claimable cars from the salvage yard, so I can't get too mad. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.